It has also spawned a lot. The XRP ledger technology has also been used on some other networks. So things like Zahau, which is launched recently, is another network sort of built on the same technology.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Matt Hamilton in the intro. Yeah, a bona fide XRP OG. Originally, he was with IBM, then he worked a little bit for Ripple, went on to work with Filecoin, and now he's doing some work with Arbitrum. Very knowledgeable, very well spoken, and for some reason, I'm not sure the backstory behind this, he met up with another OG in the space, but Da Vinci is really a Bitcoin maxi. And it would be okay if he had the wherewithal to get into an intellectual discussion with XRP versus Bitcoin, but unfortunately, that was not the case. It was a tough watch because Da Vinci lacks that necessary in-depth knowledge on both Bitcoin and the XRP ledger. Sometimes I can give that leeway to Bitcoin maxis who don't know about XRP in the ledger, but when you don't even know something like Bitcoin and you call yourself a maxi, well, gosh, then you can't effectively engage in a meaningful debate. So I'm not going to play anything else for his side of the discussion, but I do have one more clip with Matt, and I'll play that later on. Okay, so yeah, let's keep it moving. And as you heard in that little intro clip, Matt mentioned that Zahau was a blockchain that was spawned from the XRP ledger. What they did is they forked the code and then went on to modify it and added smart contracts, which they call hooks. In yesterday's video, I announced that the Bank of Oromia in Ethiopia announced that it's going to use the Zahau platform for its payments. And that's a pretty big announcement, to be honest. Looking at the bank's dashboard, you can see their performance tells us a lot. They've got over 8,000 employees, 140 billion in assets. Deposits are aggressively growing, 738 branches, 500,000 in debit cards distributed, and 11 million customers. Zahau, as a platform, has a native token. It's called XAH, XAH. And as you can see, it's up 183% in the last 30 days. That is some compelling price action. And today, another Zahau announcement. This is a memorandum of understanding that's been signed between the African Union, who has over 1 million followers on X, and the Inclusive Financial Technologies Foundation. That is the group that originally were part of the XRPLF, which is the foundation. And in this partnership that they announced, the platform is going to use the Zahau network with multiple currencies to be developed in a platform that will accept donations, I believe. I'll put the details in the description of this video. As we keep it moving along, I really want to highlight this new XRPL activity report that was published today by the co-founder of XP Markets, Dr. Artur Kirjakulov. It's one of the best, I'm sure. It's very, very rich with data. Usage matters. Now, I know Ripple is really fun to cover. They've got so much going on as they build out their financial services and their infrastructure to be the premier Amazon of the digital asset world. But not everything they do impacts the ledger or the digital asset XRP. Some of it does, very much, but not everything. If you really want to get focused, you need to look at what's going on in a report like this. And I have my attention turning towards these decentralized apps because the usage on a blockchain network can influence the price of its associated token in several ways. You have increased demand for the utility token. We know that the tokenomics really comes down to supply and demand. Increased transactions, also paid in the native token gas fees, is important. You also have this network effect, and that creates ecosystem growth. You also can't ignore the speculative interest. And lastly, you want to encourage other blockchains out there to create this cross-chain integration. They're not going to integrate with a blockchain that's not having a lot of action, right? So you want to encourage that. And the way you do that is have a robust, healthy, active network. Imagine it as a virtual marketplace where the shops are the apps and they're selling unique digital goods or services. And the shops, which in this report are XP Market, Magnetic, Real Sologenic, XRP Cafe, and I think a couple of others, well, they all had fewer customers. It was the new kid on the block, XRP.com, which has rebranded recently to Bids. And in that rebrand, well, they created a lot of buzz and activity. They saw a 118% increase. So more people were checking out their offerings. And yeah, it's like they got a fresh coat of paint and everybody was very curious. So the shoppers, which are people like you and me, fewer people were walking through the XRPL Market Street. Overall, 13% fewer. And that was through the whole month of September, as I said. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting. While most people were spending less adventurous time exploring only one or two shops, there was this group of what I would call super fans. And they're the ultra users. And they're like the hardcore bargain hunters or collectors who visit every nook and cranny. And their numbers, well, it soared 95%. So we have people who are adopting this platform and coming back and really going in deep, as if while casual shoppers stayed home, these enthusiasts doubled down and explored more than 3 different shops. So that's a really great sign. I'll have a link to it in the description of this video, and I think it's worth your time to look through. You've got the basic metrics, which are followed by the high volume transactions, and you've got the AMM information, NFT related transactions. There's the decentralized app interactions. We need a whole lot more of those apps. That is for sure. There's the power numbers by users, and there's the cross-platform comparisons. You can see there's a lot of work that goes into this. Activity patterns and the XRPL ecosystem economics analysis. But even the glossary is very useful. So yes, I think that as an XRP holder, if you're really one to understand what you hold, this is the kind of report you should know. Okay, quickly, to finish this video up, this is Jimmy Chang. He is the Rockefeller Global Family Office Manager. And he says we're in the middle of a big market rally. And if you separate yourself from the noise, you will be part of the market who is looking past a lot of the problems that people talk about. It's the US election, he says, which is a bigger catalyst for the potential disruptive nature. And that is really weighing heavier than anything else going on. 25 countries, by the way, have lowered their rates in a real synchronized fashion, except for Japan, for this last 30 days. And really, he doesn't see anything big enough currently to derail this market rally. And when we look at the M2 money supply, which you see there in the blue, this is tracking the major central banks. And the liquidity is up, and it's up big time, which historically coincides with a rapid expansion of global liquidity, and Bitcoin always benefits. And love 'em or hate 'em, I don't care, but memes are also an indicator. And you can see that the liquidity is starting to get sloshy because 44 are advancing to the 6 that are declining. So to conclude this video, I'm going to play another clip from Matt Hamilton in that discussion that he had with Da Vinci. But I just wanted to point out that HBO Original has a breaking documentary on the Bitcoin mystery. It's called A Money Electric. It's going to debut on October 8th, and it supposedly is going to reveal who Satoshi is. I've gone down that rabbit hole several times over the past 10 years, and I've concluded that one of the key members of who was behind is Adam Back. I don't know if you have that same opinion, but it'll be interesting to see the take from that documentary. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
So my name is Matt Hamilton, and thanks to the organisers for organising this today. And I think it's an important discussion and a good one to have here. So we're here to explore the evolving landscape of cryptocurrencies and focusing on XRP, the XRP ledger, and Bitcoin. I'm going to be advocating for XRP and the XRP ledger and kind of highlighting its potential to revolutionize financial transactions, the financial industry, and address some of the key challenges faced by Bitcoin. Now, as we know, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency developed, and the vision set out in Satoshi Nakamoto's paper is a very compelling one, right? And it looks at creating a more sovereign, decentralized financial system and currency, right? XRP was the second cryptocurrency developed. It was developed after Bitcoin, created by Bitcoin developers themselves to solve some of the issues they found with Bitcoin with regards to scalability, energy usage, and features that Bitcoin didn't support, like decentralized exchanges, tokenization, real world assets, that sort of thing, right? So XRP and the XRP ledger offers faster transaction times and higher scalability. Unlike Bitcoin, it's not inflationary, it's deflationary, and has a fixed supply, right? So it takes a lot of the original concepts of the Bitcoin white paper and actually implements them in a far more pragmatic and realistic way.